let's talk about these. We have the little professor syndrome. Is when I'm in this mode, I'm the little professor. I'm advising and providing solutions. So if you just do it the way I'm telling you, it's going to come out really good. You need to be efficient. You need to have a plan. You need to follow the plan. Then you won't have any trouble getting everything done. Interpreting, analyzing, diagnosing. And this is pretty good if we're trying to do a good, thorough assessment working with couples or systems, but it can get in the way when we start, like with me, if I come across and say, you're too tied to your mom's, and that's not good. You think she's more important than me. And that's why you haven't made a good commitment to this relationship. And that was with my first wife. She definitely had a very demanding, aggressive mother figure, while her dad was very passive. And so sometimes I railed against that. Teaching, lecturing, giving logical arguments. I must admit, this is a big one I need to be aware of. Let's look at the facts. And when I say look at the facts, it's the facts as I know them, the world according to Steve. I told you before, you have to make out a shopping list before you go to the store or buy the wrong things. And I can still do that with my wife today. We have a shopping app that's tied between our two phones, and that's really helped this one. And I become her personal shopper because that's my strength. Because I use my Marine Corps background, mission mindedness, to plan out the mission, have a backup plan, and have a backup plan for the backup plan. And that includes making a good list before I go to the store. Moralizing, using the shoulds. You should. This is really happens in a lot of chemically dependent family systems where one of the couple or one of the family members or one of the parents has a chemical substance use disorder. And, you should be going to more meetings, or you should be going to more Al-Anon meetings to stop working my program. That's why I think the Recovering Couples Anonymous program is so helpful. Judging, labeling, name calling. You can get it when you move into that. It's very, very self-defeating. Blaming and criticizing. A couple of people mentioned that earlier as one of the obstacles. Absolutely. Words like never, always. Think words like that are usually the extremes, the cognitive distortions. You never do anything to help me. It's your fault, which means I'm being a victim, but I don't see that. And blaming other people. So I put myself in the passive role. And then move into passive aggressive. I'm real susceptible to this. I know raising my daughter, this was a big problem I had to overcome. Ordering and commanding. It's kind of self-explanatory here. Warning and threatening, that was a biggie. You better get it straight. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to put up with this. Pseudo-praising or patronizing. Some people really don't even get when they're doing this. It's become so automatic and unconscious, but people on the receiving end of it are really impacted. An example I like to come up with, you're so good at everything. Why in the hell can't you do this? It's that you start with what seems like praise, and then you go into nailing them. Interrogative, cross-examining, challenging. I've worked with a lot of, lawyers and judges, and a lot of them bring this into their family system or their relationships. Why did you do that? What were you thinking? Didn't you think about the consequences? What could happen? What's wrong with you? So we look at all these. So I start with the problem, but I always share that, there's ways to overcome the problems. But here's some of the 10 common communication roadblocks. Then I ask them to take a moment And which ones do you see, if you work on, it can improve your quality of your relationship?